What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at the second card that we are being shown from that EX-01 special collection. Now, it is another super rare. Today we are talking about Angewomon, and we've already seen Metal Garurumon. We did see that one the other day. Remember, this is a weird kind of set. There are fewer cards, greater proportion of super rares, things of that nature. And what we do actually have here is another super rare. For anyone keeping count, that's 2 for 2. We've seen 2 super rares and nothing other than that. But you know what? We do have a new super rare to talk about, so that at least should make us kind of happy. Our translation here, I should say, does come from the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming. Although have checked in with the lovely folks at DTCG Review as well. And actually, one thing we should point out very quickly here, remember, this is the whole point of the set, the whole hook of the set, is that they're using old artwork, and DTCG Review have gone and shown us the old artwork of this card, so we can put them side by side and be like, oh yeah, they are using that old artwork. How lovely. So, with that borne in mind, what do we have? Well, we got a level 5 that is an 8 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power. Now, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power, that is average for a level 5. 7 cost to play normally is slightly higher than we would generally expect. All the other Angewomons have been 6 or 7 cost to play normally. So, I don't know. Yay, boo. It's about right. It's quite expensive to play normally, but honestly, there's no play skill here. There's no reason to play it normally. So the reality is you're going to end up just evolving into it anyway. So what do we have? Well, we've got 2 skills here. When you are attacking, when your security is 3 or above during this turn, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon lose 3,000 power. Yes, I am totally okay with this. Because you know what? That is awesome. I mean, it does 2 things, right? First of all, you're just lowering your opponent's power, one of them, by 3,000. This is a good thing. This is the kind of thing that yellow decks do. I mean, we see so much of this. Now, in the Booster 1.5 meta, we saw that one of the most popular decks was Shine Greymon, whereby when you Digivolved into it, you suspended all your yellow tamers, and for each one you suspended, you lowered one Digimon by 4,000 power. We have seen that Slash Angewomon from BT1 still sees a huge amount of play, because when you play it normally, and this is a play skill, not an evolution skill, but when you play it, you get to lower one of your opponent's Digimon by 8,000, and there's a few things you're doing. I mean, first of all, you can combo, not just with the cards I've mentioned, there are a whole bunch of others, but you can kind of combo to start just deleting Digimon left, right, and center. But the other thing you can do here is just break the tie. So here, you've got a 7,000 power Digimon, you can now attack a 9,000 power Digimon and survive, because it's not a 9 anymore, it's a 6, which means they go down, you survive, jobs are good 'un. Also, let's not forget that the majority of level 3s, the average level 3 is 3,000 power, so you will be able to just get a straight deletion here. Your opponent's gone and played that Gabumon to draw themselves a card. Well, congratulations, you got 1,000 power. Or you've played that Elecmon because it's nice and cheap. Well, you've got 3,000 power. I'm not going to keep naming level 3s that would be deleted. We would be here a very long time, and I fear it may get repetitive. But my point here, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is going to work very, very nicely indeed. Then, you've got the fact that you are reducing the security Digimon, all of them, for the turn. And that basically just means that for the rest of the turn, you are far, far less likely to be deleted by a security Digimon. Not guaranteed, of course, but I don't know, let's use Shine Greymon as an example. You've got 11,000 power, that is the average. Which means if you attack into the stack, the reality is you are going to be deleted by almost any level 6. Now when you attack into the stack, a Digimon's got to have 14,000 power before it's lowered to 11 and will still get you. Which basically means, even the really big level 6s like Nidogmon, for instance, don't have 14,000 power. They get up to 13,000 power and stop. Which basically means unless you hit a level 7, you ain't getting deleted. And then you can do that mass to level 5s, level 4s, and all of that good stuff. My point here is that both parts of this skill are brilliant. The first part of the skill that lowers power, yes. And the part of the skill that lowers security power, yes. And it's a when attacking thing. It is not a Digivolution or play skill, so you can use this every single turn. Now, you've got to be super careful, of course, because you've got 7,000 power, so a 10,000 power Digimon in security will delete you. But if you can use Angewomon to just delete Digimon that are on the field, delete suspended Digimon rather than attacking into the stack, you can well find here that you can basically every turn be attacking a resting Digimon and taking out a level 3 and making it so the rest of your Digimon are far less likely to be deleted by a security Digimon. I mean, come on. The fact that you can do this every single turn, again, as long as you're careful about what you're attacking into, this is redonk. Now, and I'm sorry, but there's a lot to get into with this particular skill. It is only when you've got your security at 3 or above. As soon as your security drops to 2, all of a sudden you don't get this anymore. This isn't something you have access to. It goes away. So you've got to be a little bit careful. You've got to make sure that you are prepared for this. But we've got a whole bunch of recovery. Something like a Magnadramon that when your security is 3 or less, just recovers 2. That seems like the kind of thing that could help you out rather nicely here. It is an 11 cost though, so that will pass a turn to your opponent. But there are plenty of ways to recover security. And that's kind of my point here. You've got to build for this, I think. I mean, sometimes it'll work, but I think a lot of the time you've got to build for it. But there are going to be plenty of games where you can recover from 2 memory up to 3. And then because you've recovered from 2 memory up to 3, you activate this skill. And things are going really rather nicely indeed. You might have guessed I'm a huge fan of this skill. Outside of yellow decks where you don't have as much recovery, maybe this wouldn't be as good. But that's an entirely moot point because this is a yellow Digimon that is going to be played in those yellow decks. If you can keep your security at 3 or above, this is a phenomenal skill, and because you're playing a yellow deck, you probably can. Oh yeah, and just in case that isn't good enough, if you want to go away from Angewomon, good news, we've got an inheritable skill coming in here as well. On your turn, once during your turn, when you add to your security, one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 power for the turn. Yes, so you know how I said you want to add to your security to keep this skill rolling? And I said that yellow are actually really good at adding to security. That's kind of one of the things that they do. Well, congratulations. When you're adding to your security here, you also get an advantage. You also get to lower one of your opponent's Digimon by 2,000 power, just in case you weren't doing well enough. And this just makes it's like another step above. Like, I've been talking about how awesome it is, but actually we are now going just one more step above. Something like a Salamon, when it's deleted, if your security is 3 or less, you recover 1. But you now don't just recover 1, you recover 1, and one of your opponent's Digimon loses 2,000 power for the turn. Or we could look at something along the lines of the promo Gatomon. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, you recover 1. And lower one of your opponent's Digimon by 2,000 power for the turn. It just keeps going awesome here. I am a huge fan of this card. I mean, you may have guessed from the effusive praise I've been giving it for the entire video, but I think this is a phenomenal card, and that shouldn't surprise anyone. This is the second card they've shown us from the set. We would generally expect that the first few cards they show us are the kind of highlight cards to get us excited. The less exciting, less relevant cards will be shown off I'm going to be honest with you, most of them are kept for the full reveal when they show the entire set off on the website. These reveals, especially the early reveals shown on YouTube, they tend to be the super exciting cards, but I don't really care. Because it is a super exciting card, and I, for one, am absolutely into it. I'm giving it 5 Wassies because, honestly, I could see this seeing a whole bunch of play and helping a whole bunch of decks. But I want to know what you think, so let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassie. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassie Plays.